Well, I had a very interesting visitor this afternoon. I'm sitting with Nancy Rogers. She works, actually has started her own company called Ace High Leathers. And Nancy's from California. The town is Montague, correct?
Right.
And she just happened to be in this part of the country and stopped in to see us. And we've admired her work on her website. And your website is
It's www.acehighleathers.com.
Okay, so you can go there. She has done some fabulous, beautiful, one-of-a-kind leather bags, and she brought up real fun tank bag, and enjoys working with leathers and loves motorcycles, rides herself. And so this one says, diamonds aren't a girl's best friend. And anybody who rides knows that, right?
Absolutely.
So I wanted to just take the time because we've been talking today about when we have someone come in and they might want a custom set of bags. And, you know, we do work with people here in Florida, but I really loved her heart, her spirit, how much she enjoys doing what she does, and the quality of her work. So, Nancy, why don't you just share a little bit about what kind of work you do best and your passion and how you got started in this business?
Well, first off, Kathy, I want to thank you. I remember one time we emailed and you said it'd be an honor to meet you, and I'm saying it's an honor to meet you because as another woman who's in business for herself, kind of treading into waters which are kind of new for women. In my case, I'm a lady leather worker. I know motorcycles, and I also know the Western world. So I have I bridge two gaps there on two different types of horses that you ride, the iron horse and the real horse. My business started 6 years ago when I was a new rider, and I started decorating my bike, and I was out of work, and my husband said, why don't you ride your bike and figure out what you want to do. And after I started decorating my gear and my bike, people started taking notice. I went to a local event that year, and it exploded out from underneath me because there were so many women out there who wanted to have their own gear decorated. After that, it just kept on moving and changing, and my passion for leather just kept on going to the point that I started really applying myself to the custom leather work, experimenting with dyes, working with bike builders, and just going crazy with leather. And now I do all kinds of leather work, but I work with people one-on-one like you do. Your heart's in the customer service, and it's getting their ideas down onto the product that they want.
We're going to be collaborating. We've just been talking. I've had an idea for a motorcycle saddlebag for a long time that we've just been discussing, and I think we're going to try to prototype that. So, you know, we're really excited, and I want you to just keep watching. We're going to show a little bit of Nancy working in her own shop and some of the items she's done.
Basically what I'm doing here is I recreated the one that's on the bike, cutting in deeper and bringing things out. Like the rose here is really, it's really up and reliefed. And then I'm filling in with the basket stamp, which will continue. After I'm done stamping the whole thing, I'll go back through and do some more antiquing and then blend everything in.
If you had to say something about what you really feel like you bring to the leather work, the style, or what would you say, this is the difference in mine than in some guys down the street?
Some guys down the street are generally mass produced. You're working with me, and you talk to me one-on-one. You design what you want me to produce, so I take your ideas and I put it on leather.
Okay, anything else that you do special with leather? I know you said you do a lot of bling work, so tell us about the special things you do.
Well, okay, some of the things that I do that I'm very unique for is, of course, my saddlebags. I like working with browns. A lot more people are getting interested in browns and colors. You see it somewhat in the sport bike world, but not so much in our cruiser world. And I bring color and flair, and it's not just for women. I have men who want me to customize their chaps. I have men who want me to create a tank bib that has a certain size pocket or a logo or a certain style of dyeing color to match the rest of their bikes.
That's awesome. And really, that's what I was so excited about, because it's exactly what we do here at Roar. We want to bring that flair. I always share, because a lot of people don't realize the progression of the motorcycle world. And so years ago, when the motorcycles had chains and black grease, and the bikes would throw grease, black grease everywhere. So you had to have the black leather jacket, you had to have the black chaps, the black seat, the black butt, because if not, you had a mess on your hands. But technology has so changed. But it's kind of like the story of why is the woman still cutting off the bone in her ham when she doesn't really need to now, but she does, because her grandmother's pan was too small, and that's the way her grandma did it, and that's the way her mom did it, and she's still doing it without even really thinking. And I think especially because it's been a male-dominated industry, I always say you go into a men's shoe store, you see what? Black shoes, brown shoes. You go into a woman's shoe store, you see every color imaginable. And I believe that it's time to bring that to the motorcycle world, in a sense that, women, we want that style, we want that flair, and like you said, even a lot of men do, if they have opportunity, because the technology is such, you can have any color you want on your seat, you can have any color clothes you want, and you don't have to worry about it being stained with black grease. Shaft drives, belt drives, they don't throw black grease all over the place.
And Kathy, I think that's one of the things, you just really hit the nail on the head, because one of the things I know that Roar and Ace High Leathers does do, it takes black and boring and adds, life to it. I mean, you can still have a pair of black chaps, but you can have the logo off of your bike or your own logo put on your chaps or your jacket. You can still have a Vulcan 900, but it's your Vulcan 900, and it is customized, made for you.
We've got to start really thinking out of the box when it comes to our gear. And I think it's women like us that's really going to bring that to the motorcycle world, and to make it's okay. It's okay. You can ride a motorcycle and you don't have to have a black jacket. Now, I love black. I have a lot of black in my wardrobe. It's just classic. But it's the thing about, that's the only thing you can do. And I really love the way you're thinking out of the box.
It's got to be color. And it's got to have lots of color for me.
Well, you can see she's got the nice bling, And again, at Roar, we do really basic styles. We do a lot of bling. It's like how women, we express ourselves in so many different ways, but we shouldn't be limited that, you just can't find that in the motorcycle world, because, we should be able, everything that we get in the fashion world, we should be able to find in the motorcycle world.